You see how rusty it is, right? I put it all the way down. And it won't come up because of all the rust or the lack of gas. So if you help it up a little bit to some point. Here we are again with another repair. So what I have here is a shock absorber for the rear for the V50. They were really cheap to buy, so I bought both sides. I have changed the front before, so I figured that made a big difference, so why not change the back as well. And yeah, so I got the car jacked up securely. And what you have to do for this job is you have to remove 2 bolts that are up there, and there is 1 bolt just behind here, so you see it. Let me see. Yeah, just here. So 3 bolts in total, and yeah, let's get to it. As for the upper ones here, what you want to be mindful of is that you don't want to strip the bolts. They are 10 millimeters, and I have a extension and a breaker bar, so I've got one off, and yeah, it's a little bit stripped actually. So you want to be really careful and make sure you actually put it on real tight, so that way you get a good grip of it. So yeah, this one just goes up like this, and you twist it off. Great, so that's 2 screws that are now off. You can see where they go in over there at the top struts or top mounts or whatever you want to call it really. So yeah, I have a 15 millimeter just up here. So I've already loosened it a little bit. No, I need the breaker bar. What I also did was I put a little tow bar underneath here, just to kind of make sure everything stays in place now that the struts obviously, or the shock, is not here. So what I'm gonna do, then I'm gonna reuse this part and the cover, and I'm gonna put that over the new one right there. And up here you have a 13 millimeter, which enables all of this to come out. So I actually don't think this is a bad shock. I believe it is original. So it's from 2006. So it has a few years, down its line, 19 years. If it's, the original one, I couldn't really tell you. But yeah, no, it's all right. It works. But I just, when I saw these, they aren't, like there's a brand called Bilstein, I think, the yellow ones. They ain't as good. But this one is just a little bit heavier, So I'm excited to see if it's gonna make a difference in the handling of the car when you go over bumps and stuff. So yeah, let's install the old piece over this one, and let's put everything back together. What you have to do for this one is you have to hold this while you tighten that. So like one of these won't do. So I just used the what's it called? Oh, a normal one of these. While I held it with a like a vice grips, just held it and just twisted it like that. Sprayed some silicone for good measures for the bushing up here. Now I'm gonna install it back up, and that's pretty much it. Not the most difficult job at all. Alright, that wraps it up. It's connected now, and I'm just gonna smack on the tire, remove the jack stand, remove everything, and that's pretty much it. The other side, The shock looks to be quite bad. So it's gonna be interesting to change that one as well. Put on the summer tires, go for a test run, and see how well she drives. Here we are, day 2 with the other side, and it's a kind of foreshadow. This one looked to be pretty bad. The only thing I could see yesterday was like just the bushing here. It just looked a bit rusty and old, and yeah, this thing don't look as good as the one that I took out yesterday. I say it's alright, still hurts, but nah, the new one I have is gonna be a lot better. Even if you look at the this thing right here, has to be thoroughly cleaned, so that it's gonna fit back on to the cover of that one. So even though yesterday I didn't feel like it was gonna make that big a difference on that side, this one is gonna feel a bit different, I reckon. It's gonna be very fun to drive with the new one installed. Something I haven't said is that when they are new, I've heard you want to decompress them and let them come out like 4 or 5 times. So you see me struggling and this all the way down, and then just having it come back up. When I do that with the old one here, you see how rusty it is, right? I put it all the way down, and it wouldn't come up because of all the rust or the lack of gas. So if you help it up a little bit, to some point it will raise up. But yeah, definitely will be a big difference. You see how slow this is. This one is already fully extended. So bad shock, good shock. All right, so out on the test drive right now, and wow, that was fun. It literally do not feel like the same car that I had yesterday. I pushed 140 without any types of shakes in the steering wheel whatsoever, just super tracked. So yeah, finished with the rear suspension, well, the shocks, I don't know what you call them really, but yeah, I guess the shock absorbers. So 2 new ones, big difference. It's kind of like driving on clouds right now when it's bumpy. I don't feel the vibrations or anything like that. And like I said, it was just the rear left that was a bit rusty. It wouldn't come up, as you saw earlier in the video. Yeah, so I also took her for a wash, polish her up a little bit, and yesterday I had my summer tires rotated, so I actually just changed them while I was at it today, and yeah, it is a big difference with that too, because the ones they're in the backseat right now, I don't think they were balanced at all, while these were 10 to 15 grams off, they told me yesterday, but they are rotated, or not, sorry, they're not rotated, well they are, but no, they're balanced, and the car feels super light. Driving on this right here feels fantastic. If you have the same issue where you feel like your comfort isn't as good, change your suspension. It is so worth it. And yesterday they balanced the wheels. That was 25 euros per well, total for all 4 tires. Super cheap, makes a big difference.